This morning, you probably fed your baby something you thought was healthy. A pouch, some puffs, a little cereal. You did it at lunch, and you'll probably do it again at dinner. What you don't realize is you might be feeding your child a diet that's nearly 62% ultra-processed food. That's not my number. That's from a terrifying 2025 CDC report. 62%. It means most of what's in that jar, that pouch, that box. It's been stripped of its real nutrition and loaded with fillers, hidden sugars, and things you can't pronounce. I know, because I trusted the labels too. I thought organic meant safe. I was wrong. The companies making these foods know exactly what's in them. They know about the heavy metals, the shocking amounts of sugar, the empty calories. They just hide it behind pictures of smiling babies and claims like made with real veggies. It's a betrayal. So today, I'm showing you what I found. We are going through the 11 ultra-processed foods to avoid, and then I'll give you the list of what's actually safe. And the worst offender on this list, it's not some cheap junk brand. It's a premium, grain-free snack that tested with more lead than any other baby food in the last 7 years. Let's start with a classic, Gerber Hearty Bits rice cereal. For generations, this has been the go-to first food. Pediatricians recommended it. Our parents used it. It's fortified with iron, so you feel like you're doing the right thing. It's what I was told to buy, and I did. This one was in my pantry for months. When I saw the data from the 2021 congressional report, my stomach just dropped. If you have this in your house right now, I get it. I really do. You didn't know. Here's what they found. Gerber's own internal documents showed their rice cereal testing as high as 98 parts per billion for inorganic arsenic. Arsenic. In baby food, the FDA's limit is 100, so they are just scraping by under the legal level. But researchers will tell you there is no safe level of arsenic for a developing brain. It's directly linked to lower IQ and developmental issues. So for me, this isn't about what's legal. It's about what's safe. My verdict: leave it on the shelf. This next one surprised me because it's marketed as a healthy snack. Happy Baby Organic Superfood Puffs. You've seen them everywhere. They're organic. They have pictures of kale and spinach on the front, and they're supposedly great for helping your baby develop their pincer grasp. Parents love them. They feel like a guilt-free way to keep your little one busy and happy. It seems like a perfect snack. The problem is, these puffs are mostly just rice flour. And as the Healthy Babies Bright Futures report found, rice-based snacks are one of the top sources of arsenic in a baby's diet. They're what experts call empty calories. They fill up your baby's tiny stomach without providing much real nutrition, which displaces the nutrient-dense foods they actually need. You think you're giving them veggies, but you're really just giving them a crunchy snack with a high risk of heavy metals. I'd skip it. Now let's talk about drinks. Mott's for Tots apple juice. It feels like a safe choice, right? The name itself says it's for tots. It's often diluted, and it comes in a cute little box that's easy for them to hold. You see, Mott's. You think of apples. You think of something natural. It feels like a healthier alternative to soda or other sugary drinks, a little treat that can't do much harm. But here's the catch. Even diluted, it's still just sugar water. A tiny 6.75-ounce juice box has 13 grams of sugar and none of the fiber that makes whole fruit healthy. The American Academy of Pediatrics is crystal clear on this. No juice at all for babies under 1, and only 4 ounces a day for toddlers. Why? Because it contributes to tooth decay and, more importantly, it trains their palate to crave intensely sweet things. This one is an easy no. Here's one that makes me angry. Nido Kinder 1+. It's marketed as the essential next step for toddlers after they stop breastfeeding or drinking formula. The packaging is covered in claims about vitamins and minerals, suggesting your child will be nutritionally deficient without it. It creates this fear in parents that whole milk isn't enough, and that you need this special toddler milk to ensure they're getting what they need to grow. It's a lie. In 2023, The American Academy of Pediatrics explicitly stated that these toddler milks have no nutritional advantage over a balanced diet with whole milk. When you look at the ingredients for Nido, the first thing after non-fat milk is corn syrup solids. It has 11 grams of added sugar in a single serving. It's not a health drink. It's a milkshake. It contributes to picky eating and sugar dependency. Avoid this one. It's not just unnecessary. It's actively harmful. Okay. Gerber yogurt melts. These things are everywhere. They seem like a miracle snack. They dissolve easily, so the choking risk feels low. They have yogurt in the name, which sounds healthy, and babies love them. They're a simple, easy snack to throw in the diaper bag for an emergency. You feel like you're giving them a little bit of protein and calcium in a form they enjoy. It's a win-win. But when you actually read the label, it's a different story. The very first ingredient is cultured milk, which is good. The second ingredient is sugar. In a tiny 7-gram serving, that's barely a handful, there are 4 grams of total sugar. You're not giving your child a yogurt snack. You're giving them candy that happens to have a little yogurt powder in it. It normalizes these hyper-sweet, processed foods as daily snacks. It's a definite pass for me. But this next one, this one is the worst of all. Okay, now we're here. The worst one. This is the product that, frankly, should not be on shelves. Lesser Evil Lil Puffs, specifically the Intergalactic Voyager Veggie Blend. I know, it sounds like the healthiest option imaginable. Lesser Evil. It's grain-free, using cassava flour. It's organic. It looks like a premium, thoughtfully made product for parents who are trying to do everything right. It's expensive, and it feels like you're paying for safety and quality. Then Consumer Reports tested it in June of 2024. What they found was horrifying. A single serving of these puffs contained 112% of the maximum daily dose of lead that's considered safe for an adult in the state of California. Let me say that again. More lead than an adult should have in a day. In one serving for a baby. Lead is a potent, irreversible neurotoxin. There is no safe level. It causes permanent brain damage. This product had more lead than any of the 80 other baby foods tested since 2017. This is not a mistake. It's a failure. Do not buy this. If this is helping you, please hit that like button and subscribe. I spend weeks digging through these reports, reading the studies, and connecting the dots so you don't have to. It means the world to me. Now let's keep going, because the list of foods to avoid isn't over yet. Okay, now we're at the one. The product that, frankly, made me sick when I saw the report. Lesser Evil Lil Puffs. The Intergalactic Voyager Veggie Blend. The name itself, Lesser Evil, feels like a promise. It's grain-free, made with cassava flour. It's organic. It's expensive. This is the snack you buy when you are trying to do everything perfectly. You see that premium price tag and you think you're paying for safety. You think you're paying for a company that cares. You are not. Here's the truth. In June of 2024, Consumer Reports tested this product. They found that a single serving contained 112% of the maximum daily dose of lead considered safe for a grown adult in California. In one bag. For a baby, lead is an irreversible neurotoxin that causes permanent brain damage. There is no safe level. Of the 80 baby foods Consumer Reports has tested since 2017, this one had the most lead. It is, by that measure, the most toxic product on the market. This isn't a food. It's a failure. Do not buy it, ever. I know that was heavy. If this is helping, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I spend weeks digging into this research so you don't have to. It is the only way this information gets out. Now let's keep going, because this list isn't done yet. Let's talk about a lunchbox classic, Welch's Fruit Snacks. You see made with real fruit on the box and you think it's a healthier alternative to candy. It feels like a small compromise. Kids love them. they're easy to pack, and that real fruit claim makes you feel okay about it. But let's be honest, the first two ingredients are corn syrup and sugar. That real fruit is a puree that comes after all the sugar. One tiny 22-gram pouch contains 10 grams of sugar. It's candy. And until a reformulation in 2026, many of them were packed with artificial dyes like Red 40 and Blue 1, which have been linked to hyperactivity in kids. While the dyes may be gone now, the sugar isn't. It's not a fruit snack. It's a sugar delivery system. Definitely not worth it. Here's another one that promises convenience. Gerber Lil entrees, like the pasta stars in meat sauce. This feels like a lifesaver. It's a warm, seemingly balanced meal for a toddler who's just starting to eat table food. It looks like a miniature version of what you might eat. You're busy, you're tired, and you just want to get some food into your child. This seems like a perfect, no-fuss solution. The problem is the sodium. One tiny tray has 300 milligrams of sodium. That is a fifth of the entire recommended daily limit for a toddler. It trains their taste buds to expect and crave intensely salty food, which can set them up for a lifetime of bad habits and put a real strain on their still-developing kidneys. The convenience just isn't worth the salt load. Now for the one that pretends to be a healthy breakfast. Nutri-Grain, soft-baked bars. The marketing is brilliant. They use words like wholesome, whole grains, and real fruit. It feels like you're giving your kid a responsible, fiber-filled start to their day, a quick, easy breakfast for a busy morning. But it's a total illusion. This is a sugar bomb masquerading as a health food. A single bar has 12 grams of added sugar and barely any fiber to balance it out. That's almost half of a child's entire recommended daily sugar intake before they've even really started their day. It guarantees a massive blood sugar spike and the inevitable crash right after. It's not breakfast. It's a cookie. This next one is for the youngest babies. Happy Baby Organics Teethers. When your baby is miserable and teething, you'll do anything to give them relief. These seem perfect. They're organic. They dissolve easily to reduce choking fears. And they're shaped for little hands to hold. The problem is, they're made from jasmine rice flour. That means they carry the same arsenic risk we talked about with cereals. But it's worse than that. They are nutritionally empty, and because they're starchy and dissolve slowly, they stick to your baby's newly emerging teeth. Dentists will tell you this is a recipe for cavities, so you're getting a risk of heavy metals and a risk of tooth decay, all in one useless snack. This one's a hard pass. Okay, last one. Quaker Instant Oatmeal, specifically the dinosaur eggs version. This is pure nostalgia, and it's a genius way to get a picky kid to eat oatmeal. It's fun. They love watching the little eggs melt and reveal the candy dinosaurs. You think, at least they're eating oatmeal. But what you're really giving them is a bowl of sugar with a little bit of oats mixed in. One of these packets contains 11 grams of sugar. That's almost 3 teaspoons. It's turning a genuinely healthy, high-fiber breakfast into a dessert. It sets the expectation that breakfast should be as sweet as candy, which is a battle you'll be fighting for years. It's so much better to just make plain oats and add your own fruit. This one just isn't worth the sugar rush. Okay, I know that was a lot, and if you're feeling angry or overwhelmed right now, that's completely normal. But I want you to let go of any guilt. You trusted brands that were supposed to be safe? You didn't know. Most of us didn't. The fact that you're still here, watching this, means you're ready to make a change. The good news is, there are so many better options out there. You just have to know what to look for. Now let's talk about what you can finally feel good about buying. Now for some good news, there are brands doing it right. Let's start with Cerebelly. Their smart pouches and bars are fantastic. What makes them different is their commitment to testing. They are the first ever shelf-stable baby food to get the Clean Label Project Purity Award. This isn't a marketing gimmick. It means they test every single batch of their food for over 400 contaminants, including heavy metals. And they actually post the results for you to see online. It's transparency. You can find them at Target, Whole Foods, and online. They're a premium option, for sure. But you're paying for proven safety. My verdict, this is a brand you can trust. Here's another great option you can find in most stores, Once Upon a Farm. These are the cold-pressed pouches you see in the refrigerated section. Because they aren't heat-treated to sit on a shelf for years, they hold on to more nutrients from the whole fruits and vegetables they use. The company was co-founded by a mom who was looking for better options. And they're incredibly transparent about their sourcing. They have no added sugar, no weird preservatives, just organic food. You can find them at most major grocery stores and on Thrive Market. It's another premium choice, but it's a solid, safe one. But you don't have to spend a fortune to get safe food. Honestly, one of the best alternatives to those sugary yogurt melts is just plain, full-fat Greek yogurt. You buy one big tub of it for a few dollars. At home, you mash up some fresh or frozen berries, raspberries, blueberries, whatever you have, and stir it in. That's it. You get all the protein and healthy fat from the yogurt, plus natural sweetness and fiber from the real fruit. You control everything that goes into it. No added sugars, no fillers. It's simple, cheap, and safe. Let's tackle breakfast. The easiest and safest swap for those sugary instant oatmeal packets is just a bag of plain, rolled oats. Not the instant kind. A big canister costs just a few dollars and lasts forever. It has one ingredient, oats. You cook it on the stove or in the microwave with water or milk. Then you can add what you want. A little mashed banana for sweetness, some berries, a sprinkle of chia seeds. It's a powerhouse of fiber that provides real, lasting energy, not a sugar crash. This is a fantastic and safe option that saves you a ton of money. And finally, the simplest swap of all. Instead of fruit juice or sugary fruit snacks, just give them water and a piece of whole fruit. This is exactly what the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends. Water gives them the hydration they need without any sugar or empty calories. And a real piece of fruit, an apple, a banana, a handful of blueberries, gives them vitamins and, most importantly, fiber. That fiber is what slows down the sugar absorption and actually makes fruit healthy. It's the safest swap you can make, and it costs you almost nothing. You can feel good about this one. So here's the list you need. Avoid Gerber's rice cereal and Lil entrees, Happy Baby's puffs and teethers, Mott's for Tots juice, Nido toddler milk, Gerber yogurt melts, Nutri-Grain bars, Welch's fruit snacks, and Quaker's dinosaur eggs. And you especially avoid the lesser evil Lil puffs. Instead, you're choosing brands like Cerebelly and Once Upon a Farm. You're making your own snacks with plain Greek yogurt and rolled oats. And you're swapping the juice and fruit snacks for water and a simple, whole piece of fruit. You now know what most parents never find out. You see past the marketing, past the smiling baby on the box, and you know the truth. Think about your sister, your best friend, the other parents in your daycare group. They are buying these exact same foods right now, thinking they are doing the right thing. Send them this video. We protect our own. Next week, we are diving deep into infant formula and what I uncovered about the top 3 brands in America. It's something every parent needs to see. So like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming. You came here looking for answers. You're leaving as a guardian.